All right, guys. How's it going, everyone? So let's go over head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, double top, and double bottoms, what they mean, and why they are important. All right, first off, let's get rid of all this crap here. All right, so what is a head and shoulder? A head and shoulder means that it is a bullish trend switching bearish. Okay. So when you see a head and shoulders formation, it doesn't always mean, but for the most part, you're stuck. And it's not going to be pretty every single time. Okay. It could be like this, but on that right shoulder, boom. And then this is how we get our entry on that retest, neckline retest. Whenever you hear me say, oh, head and shoulders formation, we're waiting for a break of structure with a neckline retest. That's your break of structure. Here's your neckline right here and your retest. And this is where we look like, and that's where we look to enter our trade. Right? So then we look to do one of those. Okay, what does a head and shoulders look like on a certain pair? Well, let's go look. I already see one right off the bat. What is this right here? See that? In the yellow? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? Now, let's pull this up and now let's just trace it. Oh, fucking. Oh, wrong one. Let's trace it with this right here. All right, here we go. There you go. Not broke. There's your break. There's your neckline retest. I see that. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, it's not perfect, but look at it. Here's your right shoulder. There's your break. Neckline retest. Now, are head and shoulders everywhere? Yes, they are everywhere. On the weekly time frame, can we find one? Here's an ugly head and shoulders right here. See that? There's your break. There's your retest. There's your break. See that? Ugly head and shoulders, but it's there. So like I said, head and shoulders means that a bullish trend is shifting bearish. It's bullish to bearish. That's all it is. It's super simple. The head and shoulders. It's hard to see sometimes. I see it because I've been looking at it forever and ever and ever. I've been looking for them. Let's see if I can see any head and shoulders in here. I see a head and shoulders right here. I can delete this one. You can see right here. Boom. Here's your right shoulder, break, neckline retest, dump, head and shoulders formation. Okay. So now with that being said, what is an inverted head and shoulders? Inverted head and shoulders is the exact opposite, right? Right? So if a bullish to bearish trend on a regular head and shoulders, what do you think it means when you have an inverted head and shoulders? Right? Bearish to bullish trend. Exact opposite. Bearish to bullish trend. Inverted head and shoulders. Where do you see inverted head and shoulders? Well, let's find one. Let's look on the weekly chart, see if you can see any good ones here. And I said, there's your head and shoulders on that formation. Here is, well, that's that. That could be a potential head and shoulders, and then potential inverted head and shoulders, right? Making that right shoulder right there. Here's a double, here's is a double bottom, and we'll get into that later. Here's a head and shoulders. See how look how nice that head and shoulders is. Right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Break of the neckline. See, when I take head and shoulder retest, my main entry is that right shoulder. But there comes rules with that. There's a lot more risk when you're taking it at the right shoulder. Normally, to minimize the risk, you want to take, let's write it up here. You want to, when you're sitting here at the head and shoulders, right? See, sometimes I take that trade right here, right on that right shoulder. Normally, I wait for the candlestick closure below the neckline. And then in reality, you should be waiting for that neckline retest right here to get into your trade. Now, does there come times where I don't wait? I take it right at that shoulder? Yes. Why? Well, this is a perfect example right here. This is a beautiful trade. This is a beautiful weekly trade. Wow, beautiful. Let's get this out of here. Why? Because look, there's a beautiful weekly zone right there. Beautiful weekly zone, right? Head and shoulders formation, break below the weekly zone, came back and retested that zone. That's beautiful. I would have taken that trade any day of the week. With the doji, wow, that is, yeah. Okay, now back to inverted. See if we can find another inverted head and shoulders for you. Right here. Nope, that's a terrible one. Inverted head and shoulders. Ugly one right there. Here's an inverted head and shoulders. Right there. It took forever to break. So, all right. I know it's pretty shallow of an explanation, but like I said, it's super easy. You just got to get your chart time. Left head, right shoulder, left head, right shoulder, break, retest, boom. Inverted head and shoulders. Left head, right shoulder, break, retest, boom. You always look for that. That is the key to the part of my entry. It is the absolute key. Okay. Now let's talk about double tops and double bottoms. A double top is just as explanatory, right? Double top, break, neckline retest, take it. Now see if we can see if we can find a double top for you. Here is a double bottom, exactly the same except reverse. Oh, here's a double top, right? Double top right into a weekly zone, retesting the right and left, the right shoulder. Boom, rejection. Double top formation right there. What does that look like? Exactly what I just sent to you, right there. Double top formation. And if you didn't catch it the first time, here's your retest. Also look at, here's that inverted head and shoulders. Market is everywhere. Look at this. Inverted head and shoulders. Boom, break. right? But then you got it, and then why did it dump again? Well, what is it retesting? It retests the weekly EMA. It's retesting the basically the neckline of the head and shoulders, right? So many things when you trade, there's so many things that you gotta just like watch, and you only get good at this stuff with chart time. Chart time, chart time, chart time. That's all you gotta do. So much chart time to get good at this stuff. All right, let's look for a head and here's a double top with the head and shoulders in there. You can see the head and shoulders formation right there. Break, not a valid retest, right? It goes into a double top formation right there. Break. Look at that. Beautiful. Double top formation. Break. Break. Retest. Dump. Right? At the market's all patterns, guys. You can see that. Look at head and shoulders. Double top. Break. Double top. Break. What do you got here? Retest. Retest. Oh, look at that. Double top. Break. Retest. Drop. Head and shoulders, break, right? Head or double top, head and shoulders, break, retest neckline, kind of fumbles, kind of gambles around, dumps, right? I know, yeah, we're looking at the daily charts, but it's just for an example. You can come in here and do the same thing on the 4 hour. Why do I use, and then how do I use these things? Well, obviously, I look for a weekly head and shoulders. I see a weekly head and shoulders formation, or why did I take sales on Euro AUD? Well, look at that. What is that? A huge double top formation. Or it could have made left shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? Here's your retest of the neckline, weekly EMA, weekly area of interest, dump. That is why we took shorts on Euro AUD this week. Okay, that makes sense. That's why we took it. Huge. Oh, we zoom in a little bit. Okay, now we're on the daily. Now, what are we looking for in the daily? Okay, well then, first off, I see a potential inverted head and shoulders to create that right shoulder. What does it need to do to create that right shoulder? It needs to dump. Oh, what is it going to dump into? A weekly zone. What is it rejecting? A daily EMA. Rejecting a weekly, there's just so many different things, so many patterns. You find the patterns, and it's going to point you in the direction, right? So that's a potential move right there. Boom. That is why we took sales on Euro AUD this week. Yes, it didn't give us a pretty. We took it, we entered here and we entered here. We took it right to the 4 hour. Beautiful. So that's why spotting the head and shoulders, finding out where the market is weekly. Okay, what am I looking at? Double top. Okay. What happens what happens when you have a double top formation? Oh, it means a bearish rejection. Okay, keep that in mind. Is there a head and shoulders formation in there? Oh, look at head and shoulders. What happens when you have a head and shoulders? It's a bullish to bearish trend. Okay. All right, let's go down to our daily. What do we see in our daily? Oh, head and shoulders right here. Neckline break retest. Okay. Oh, now we have our EMA. Oh, okay. Here is a potential bullish move. But what does it need to do? It needs to reject and make that right shoulder to push. Okay, so that means in order to make that inverted head and shoulders, it needs a downwards push. It also retested without making the daily. It didn't make a daily higher high, so it didn't make the daily bullish. There's just so many different things. You add all those up. Okay, now let's go to our 4. What do we see? Oh, look at there's a head and shoulders formation. Okay. Oh, okay. There's the dump. Here's the neckline retest. Dump. Okay. Oh, what is that? Is that another head and shoulders formation? Boom. Dump. Neckline retest. Dump. Oh, okay. You see the pattern? It's so easy. Oh, look, here is an inverted head and shoulders. There is the reversal pattern right there. Okay, push, right? And we look at we took the out loss on this one. Why? Why did we take this trade? Well, because this is what we saw. We saw a bullish trend, right? But we also saw a 4-hour EMA. We let the 4-hour EMA trick us. It happens. What I also saw was this head and shoulders formation right here. I was like, oh, okay. Retesting again. What is it doing? Retesting again. It's like, okay, we'll add that in there. But we were fooled. That's what happened. What I also saw was the head and shoulders formation right here. Very ugly, but it's something, right? So, okay, retesting that zone. So we're learning. There's just so much to look into trading. It's just find the patterns, find the trends, head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, double top, double bottoms. They're huge. And they will literally tell you what the market's doing, where it's going. Okay, you find a head and shoulders. Okay, now tally up every reason why that's a head and shoulders and why you think it's going to go in that direction. It's so simple. It's so easy. You just got to take your time. You got to study the chart. You got to understand why it's doing this. Oh, do we have all the trends, all weekly, daily, 4-hour in the same trend? Are they all bearish or are they all bullish? Are they all bullish and we see a head and shoulders formation? Oh, well, does that mean that it could switch on us and become bearish now? Or is that head and shoulders formation not strong enough to switch us where it's just going to blow through and keep going? So you learn all this with chart time. You learn all this by watching the charts. So, well, that was a little bit of a rant there. Anyways, but yeah, that's all I got. Like I said, get your chart time, head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, double top and double bottoms are very key, very vital to finding your trend, to finding your markets, to finding what the trade is going to do. Once you find your head and shoulders, your inverted or your neckline or the break, look for your entry signal. Once you hit that entry signal, set and forget that thing and let her go. That's all it is. All right, that's all I got. Thanks for showing up. Have a good night. So, peace out.